Welcome back to Dixie Alley Weather Center. My name is Caleb Crick. Today is Tuesday, September 23rd, 2025, and I've got a lot of updates for you today, especially concerning the severe weather we will be seeing over the next couple of days throughout the Dixie Alley, starting in the west today, throughout portions of northern Louisiana, central and northern Mississippi, and western portions of Tennessee throughout the evening and overnight hours tonight from this big storm system that is moving throughout Oklahoma and Arkansas. At this moment, we will see some scattered severe weather as we go throughout the overnight hours, and that's not all. We will be seeing severe weather continue east across the Dixie Alley throughout Wednesday and Thursday, throughout parts of the central Dixie Alley, and then moving towards the east coast over the next couple of days. Widespread areas with the threat for some damaging winds, large hail, and maybe a tornado or two as we go throughout the next couple of days. I will also be talking about the tropics and how we have many areas of development, many areas of concern we need to continue to watch over the next couple of days. The southernmost one that is growing in confidence of development is showing signs of moving closer to the United States and having a chance for development and hitting the United States. So we need to continue to watch that over the next couple of days. Even if this doesn't hit the United States, it will be a very close call, especially if this develops over the next couple of days. I'll continue to watch this for you and let you know as soon as anything changes with the forecast. All this and more is included in this video, so let's get right into it. Here's a look at our day one severe weather outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. You can see we actually have a day one enhanced risk for a very localized area in portions of Oklahoma and Arkansas throughout the evening and overnight hours tonight. That is for the risk for some possible strong tornadoes with some of these discrete supercells that are ongoing right now across portions of Oklahoma and Arkansas right now. And then we also have a slight risk that encompasses even bigger area than that, that includes portions of northern Texas as well. And then we also have a marginal risk that extends a lot farther into portions of Texas all the way into areas in the Dixie Alley, including portions of western Tennessee, portions of northern Louisiana, portions of northern Mississippi for the threat for some damaging winds and some large hail. Not expecting much in the way of tornadoes. I do believe this will become more of a line of storms before this moves into our viewing area. But just for reference, the worst of the storms will be centered farther off to the west. But if we see a strong line of thunderstorms develop and continue to maintain momentum, especially with that lower level jet kicking in, we could see some isolated wind gusts exceeding 60 miles per hour, and some isolated large hail events in some of these areas, especially in the Memphis, Tennessee area, up into Kentucky. We will see the threat for some damaging winds as we even go into the morning hours. And once again, the main threat is wind and hail, but we do have the chance for a localized tornado or two. Not expecting much in the way of tornadoes. If we do get an isolated tornado, that would be a QLCS tornado threat, maybe a spin up in the line of thunderstorms. But for this system, I'm mainly expecting the threat of some damaging winds, maybe an isolated hailstone larger than an inch in some areas. But that's really all for tonight. But that is not all the severe weather we are going to be talking about over the next couple of days. You can see as we go into tomorrow, the severe weather threat continues across much of the Dixie Alley, all the way from the Ohio Valley down into Louisiana and Texas for the risk of some damaging winds and some large hail. Big risk here. You can see the main areas I do expect to see the worst of the storms would be farther off to the north in areas like Kentucky, Tennessee, northern Mississippi, and northern Alabama for the threat for some scattered supercells to develop, or multicellular. Most of these will be multicellular clusters, more of a messy setup than today in areas like Oklahoma and Arkansas. Not expecting as much of a robust threat as there, but we will see this system start to intensify, and I wouldn't be surprised if we got a slight risk farther up towards the southern Ohio Valley into the upper Mississippi Valley for the risk, for an extended risk of some damaging winds and some large hail, maybe an introduced small chance of tornadoes, but the main threat right now is going to be with that wind threat. We have a 5% chance of seeing damaging winds within 25 miles of any given point. I do think that will increase as we go into tomorrow, but for right now, just expect the chance for some localized damaging winds in some areas. Everybody needs to be weather aware for this system, even though it's not going to be like some severe weather outbreak or anything, but there will be the chance for some areas to see some severe weather tomorrow, so make sure that you are staying tuned to the latest on Dixie Alley Weather Center. So here is a look at what the severe weather setup could look like over the next couple of days via future radar. You can see this line of storms that is currently setting up across portions of Oklahoma, Arkansas, and extending into portions of northern Texas. Now, the good thing is that this system did look a lot stronger yesterday. Now it's not looking like it will be as strong. Maybe that early morning convection probably cooled the area down, caused it to be a little more stable than we were originally thinking, and that's good. We could see a few scattered storms pop up in portions of western Tennessee as we go throughout the evening and overnight hours tonight. But the main areas that we are watching for the risk of some damaging winds and some large hail as we go to the night. Now, this model isn't really picking up on this line staying together enough and moving into the Memphis, Tennessee area, and that would be good. Even though we do need some rain in these areas, we don't really wish severe weather upon anybody. It's showing this area being being relatively clear, and most of the convection moving off to the north in areas like Kentucky. That would be good so that we don't see any severe weather. But as we go throughout the day on Wednesday, I do expect the severe weather threat to continue as we go throughout portions of the central Dixie Alley. I do believe you guys in northern Mississippi, western Tennessee will get your fair share of severe weather and some storms as we go throughout the day, especially on Wednesday. The main risk is going to be throughout the Dixie Alley. Scattered damaging winds and large hail appear possible as we go throughout the day on Wednesday. Once again, I'm not expecting this to be any significant event of any kind, but there will be the risk for some damaging winds and some large hail, and the risk for some flash flooding, especially with some of these training storms. And that is why the Weather Prediction Center has already issued a slight risk of flash flooding throughout portions of the northern Dixie Alley as we go throughout the day on Wednesday. I do expect some flash flooding to occur anywhere in this green or yellow shaded area throughout portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, central and northern Alabama, and throughout most of Tennessee. We do expect Tennessee to have the highest chances for some flash flooding, especially since we've already seen a lot of flooding in this area throughout the day today. We will continue to see many training storms, especially throughout the day tomorrow, like you've already seen on the future radar. Here in northern Alabama, we saw a lot of rainfall, 5 inches of rain this morning, which we have never seen ever since I have lived here. We had some flooding problems, rain leaking into the building because of how much rain has already fallen, and we will continue to see that rainfall, especially as we go throughout the day tomorrow, where we will have a higher chance for some of those training showers and thunderstorms with how moist and how unstable our environment is right now. We will have the chance for a lot of rainfall to be falling over many areas over the next couple of days. And that is not all. We do expect this threat to continue over the next couple of days, maybe even into Thursday. Not expecting as widespread of an area, but into the Appalachian Mountains, we could see some areas picking up 2 to 3 inches of rain as we go throughout the day on Thursday, as this system moves farther off to the east and causes some problems, even with severe weather in the south, or even with severe weather along the East Coast. Like I said, we are not done by any means on Wednesday. We have severe weather continuing to move off to the east towards the East Coast as we go into Thursday as well. An even bigger marginal risk of severe weather extends all the way from the northeast all the way down to the southern coast, the Gulf Coast, with a chance, once again, for some damaging winds, large hail, and maybe a tornado or two. Once again, I don't know what's going to happen yet with this severe weather event. It's still too far out in the future to know exactly what the threats for this system are. All we know is that there is a big low-pressure system that is going to continue to strengthen as we go throughout the next couple of days, and it's going to cause the problem with some severe weather along the East Coast. Once again, I've got you covered. I'll let you know as soon as something changes with the forecast, even if we get an upgraded risk in future outlooks for an upgraded chances of some maybe damaging winds, large hail, or even a tornado or two is in play as we go throughout the day on Thursday. So once again, we have to get through the next couple of days to know exactly what's going to happen on Thursday, but just letting you know that we are going to be seeing severe weather, widespread severe weather across much of the Dixie Alley as we go throughout the next couple of days. And just so you know, the severe weather isn't the only thing that we're watching. We are also watching a very active hurricane season right now. The tropics are really ramping up out there. We have Hurricane Gabrielle that we don't have to worry about anymore. That is moving out of our hair, out of anyone's hair, unless you live over there in Europe. But we will, our main focus will shift to these tropical waves that are down here, one over here farther off to the east, and then we also have another one that is closer to home right now, causing some problems in the Leeward Islands, in areas like Puerto Rico, with some flash flooding over the next couple of hours. We will see this system eventually move into the southern Atlantic, not into the Caribbean, but we will see this move into very unstable waters, very warm atmosphere, and we could see this eventually move really close to the United States. Once again, like I said, if this develops, this will be too close for comfort. We will need to monitor this over the next couple of days. This one has the higher chances of development, but we do believe this one will curve out to sea before this gets too close to the United States, especially if this other one forms. Really a rare setup really occurring right now. If two systems develop side by side, it'll be a really interesting weather pattern. And once again, I am still monitoring some more tropical waves that are coming off the coast of Africa for some further development. Once again, we are getting in a very active hurricane season right now, a very active weather pattern in terms of the tropics. So we will need to continue to watch, especially over here down in the Caribbean and the Gulf of America over the next couple of days or over the next couple of weeks. Really, we haven't seen anything develop here yet. Once again, the conditions are very prime for development. So if we get something spinning off, some low pressure system down there in the Pacific sometime in the future, we could see it really take advantage of these really warm sea temperatures and really do something further up into the future. Now, I'm not saying this to scare you, not saying that's even going to happen, especially since the tropics are really hard to forecast even a couple of days out in the future. But just letting you know, I'm continuing to watch this tropical threat over the next couple of days, over the next couple of weeks, especially as we're in peak hurricane season right now. Once again, I'm not trying to alarm any of you right now. Once again, there's no threat to the United States at this moment, but I'm just letting you know that I'm continuing to watch for the possibility of that coming into the near future. And once again, that is all the weather info I've got for you today. Thank you so much for tuning into today's video and supporting the channel. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you click the like button and subscribe for more daily awesome videos like this one. I try to post videos every single day, especially in the active weather pattern that we are seeing over the next couple of days with multiple rounds of severe weather throughout much of the Dixie Alley. Make sure that you are not behind on what's going on, and make sure you continue to check back for updates, especially with the tropics that are really heating up out there. Once again, I'll continue to keep you informed with what's going on right now, but right now, just continue to enjoy the weather that we have out there right now. Once again, I'm continuing to watch the tropics. If anything forms, I will be the first to let you know. Once again, thank you so much for tuning into today's video, and I will see you in the next one.